on our game days, since we can't overexert our bodies before we're out there in the week for the whole rest of the day, we'll just do the warm-ups and stuff and the skills. But day before the game days, we'll do either the whole workout at a lower intensity, or we'll do part of the workout at high intensity.
Thank you.
How many of you guys are athletes? I have quite a few athletes in here that play sport.
Would everybody agree this made you a better athlete?
Yes.
18 pounds worth of better athlete.
This is my first day back in 3 weeks because I was in a car accident, and really I really wasn't supposed to come today, but it's addicting. I just can't stop coming here.
That's a good thing. It's a good addiction.
It's a good
There's a lot of bad ones out there.
Yeah, true.
Definitely want to thank you guys. It took a lot to come out here and do that today. Appreciate it.
Also, CrossFit is a good way, like a stress reliever. You do work out, and I used track. I run track, and I run, like, it's a really great way that I use to relieve my stress, so I can be calm and I can have pleasant days. And this season I wasn't cleared, so I couldn't run, and CrossFit really got me through it, and it's just a really great stress reliever.
Is anybody's grades gone up? Administrator.
I think it's because it gets everything off your mind, so it helps you focus more. When you finish the workout, you can focus more because everything that you were thinking about before is just you've forgotten all of it through the workout, and it helps you. It really helps you be able to focus in your classes.
I gotta ask you guys, I've never asked my kids this. So when I do CrossFit and I'm on bad days, I get really pissed during the workout, and I get emotional. Do you guys feel that sometimes? You get emotional during the workout?
Yeah.
I do. I mean, it's one of those things where it is relieving all of that. I mean, you can get that.
I see that sometimes on some days, I see that it seems like the counselors, they just throw whoever into CrossFit. So you have a mix of people who do want to be there, and you have a mix of those who don't want to be there.
That's kind of like a regular
I feel that the ones that don't want to be there, especially like those days where you're gone, they're the ones who mess it up for us because they're not on their best behavior. They're slacking off and whatnot. They're not wanting to be here in order to get the benefits from CrossFit. So
I'm sorry she missed a week of work, by the way.
I was involved in
That was my fault.
Do you feel like you win some of those kids over and they start coming to your side of the fence as far as wanting to work out, or?
Well, I think sometimes some of the kids don't really want to be in here, and then they'll see some of the stuff you can do, and it really excites them. Beginning of the year, me and my friend were just messing around with handstand walks, and a lot of kids are like, "Oh, how'd you learn to do that?" And we're like, "Well, we got fit with CrossFit, so you do a lot of weird gymnastic stuff that you can kind of just show off to your friends." So a lot of kids kind of motivate themselves that way.
Does anybody find that they're coming to school more often than last time? Did anybody have high absenteeism, or they were just not motivated, or oh, school stinks, I don't want to come?
Back in my freshman and sophomore year, I used to ditch PE every day because there wasn't no substance to it. The coaches give you a ball and just tell you to go play. It's no exercise, no curricular activity where you're learning anything.
I'm crying right now. You just made my day. And that was a really harsh comment, but it was a real comment, and that's what PE teachers need to hear in the district. There are top quality PE teachers, and then there's PE teachers that, like you said, there's no substance, and that's what we want to bring to the district because of Coach Van Buren and because of you guys. Because I met this guy last year, and I was like, oh, dang, we need this in other high schools. There was a couple other ones. I just remember him.
I think he's the only one here from last year's class, actually.
Do you guys sleep better too?
Yeah.
No. You go home and you just knock out. You don't even remember falling asleep.
You wake up and on the floor.
Actually, a couple of days ago, she gave us a really hard workout. I forget what it was. But I went home, and I have a towel and a rug like that. I just finished first onto the road.
We love Joey.
I love Joey. Joey's awesome.
Whoa, Joey!
And you know, with those kids, I know what they're talking about. You have kids in your class who are just here, kids who want to be here. I feel like for you guys too, it's the development of the program. Does that make sense? Because since it's so new, when you get your counselors and other teachers on your side, eventually, like for next year for you guys, who like are gonna do the PE2 class, like this personal fitness and wellness 2. So what will happen is I'll have the kids from this year sign up for next year, and I can literally go to the counselors and be like, this kid cannot be in here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it should be a
So you're gonna
prerequisite.
weed out those kids eventually, and it takes a while, but to get the counselors on your side to help you do that, it's very helpful. So,
What's another great way for the kids that just get put inside CrossFit, like in the class? A great way to get them motivated is to motivate them, like during warm-up when you see them stopping. Normally what I do is like, come on you guys, hurry up, good job, good job. I give everyone high fives, I would cheer them on, and I would like help them do it because they realize that people are watching them. So they continue to do it, and if they ever stop or because they're tired or whatever, I like motivate them to keep going, and that's what gets them to like CrossFit a lot more because they're actually doing stuff.
And it's a different culture than your traditional PE class. You don't see that in traditional PE.
No, you don't.
I actually basically have 2 PE classes. I have ROTC and then this. It's really hard.
do you guys feel like, I think I've never asked you this before, but when you're outside of CrossFit, you guys talk about CrossFit with other people who CrossFit?
Yeah.
Like who are not in your classes or in your
Yeah.
classes or
Yeah.
something else? Like, do you guys create your own little community within our Rancho community?
Yeah.
CrossFitters, I've always wondered that, if you, hey, did you see the workout? Because this is why. Third period comes in and they're like, hey, I heard we're doing double unders and wall balls. Like the kids already know the workout when they come in the door. Like you guys talk about it during lunch or?
I talked
Since
to
I have it for 7th period, for 6th period I have English, and it usually gets me in a good mood because we read books and we read plays and stuff. And I have this girl, Sandy,
Yes.
she's in your 1st period, yeah. We always discuss the workout in class.
That's what CrossFitters do, yeah. Fair enough.
Well, yeah, we do talk about it during lunch. Like, me and Brandon, we're like really close friends, and we have other close friend nights and other CrossFit periods, so we like to discuss like what the workout was and how fast he did it. But me and him, we're competitive guys, and we're trying to beat those guys at our table.
I think the funniest thing is like in a regular weightlifting class or whatever you want to call it, people are like, oh, how much do you bench? You know, like that's the only question people ask. But like in CrossFit, it's like, what's your Diane? What's your Fran time? Like, what's your 200? How many double unders can you do? So it's so different.
Do you
I
find
talked
that-
to Dimitri a lot too about that.
Do you find that your diet changed?
And I always no, not it.
And not only do we talk about CrossFit to other Rancho kids in class. I was at church last night. I'm always there. And I spent like a whole hour right after church speaking to my friend that does weight training in Chaparral. And we could just talk about this class. And also, like he said, we asked how much do you bench press, and yeah. So it's just, it's spreading.
I think CrossFit sets like a much friendlier environment. Like people get to know each other, even if they're not in the same class. Everyone, like, it just kind of puts you in a good mood. So everyone just wants to communicate with each other, learn this about each other, learn about this person, and you just kind of make friends through it. You just meet people.
It helps because a lot of the guys that you hang out with, they're like really, like some of them, like I hang out with these guys. These guys huge. And my other friends, they're huge too. And then I'm like the small little guy at the table. And like that's why like it really brought me to CrossFit too. Because like I'm the little guy at the table. I don't want to get like not big and savage, but you know.
It'd look funny
like,
if you were big as hell.
Yeah, so like a little like bigger and toner than what I really was, and it really did help me. It motivated me. They motivated me. It was really cool. Ben Buren, he's a really good coach. He's like an aunt to me.
Yeah, I think the cool thing. I think the cool thing about CrossFit too is like there's kind of something for everyone. Like he said, there's the small guys, there's guys like me that are just athletes, they're the bigger guys. So in a workout, like besides the strength training one, there's never just like one piece to it. there's a piece where the strong guys are just going to kill it, and then say they have to do 10 pull-ups, and a guy that weighs 250 pounds is going to struggle with that, but you tell him to squat 150 pounds, he's going to kill it. And then there's the little guys, you tell them to run, they're going to kill that, then they get to a deadlift. So it kind of balances you out and makes you an overall athlete instead of like specializing in just one area. So that's like a really good part about it too.
And realistically, when you guys are working out, do you really watch anyone else working out, or you just worry about what you're doing?
I watch everyone. I'm like, okay.
I think it's kind of.
Bad question for me to ask.
I think it's kind of both. Like you wanna, like you try to pace your own self and keep yourself at this pace to where you're not gonna be dead at the end of the workout and not gonna not the last 3 minutes not be able to do anything. But at the same time, you see other people going harder, and it makes you want to go harder, and it makes you want to push yourself more, and it just motivates you more. And the environment's a lot different in weight training or in CrossFit than it is in weight training, because I also have weight training, and it's more of just like a dead environment. Everyone just kind of does their own thing. There's not much motivation. You just do your strength workouts, and then everyone leaves. Like it's just it's just kind of like a more open environment here. Like it makes you want to get up and move around and do all the different activities that comes along with it.
Najee, you first.
I was going to say that I have to give a lot of credit to Abel and also my partner Daniel from 4th period, because they taught me a lot of stuff about, there's only one teacher and there's like 30 kids in there. Like you can't get to everybody, so major thing